Ever feel like your business is just drowning in a sea of invoices? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So today, we're going to unravel that whole complex world of accounts payable. We'll show you exactly how to transform that tangled mess into something that's streamlined, efficient, and best of all, automated. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so take a look here. On the one side, you've got the chaotic world of manual AP, right? Invoices are just bombarding you from all sides. You got emails, snail mail, a dozen different PDF layouts. It's just a recipe for delays and errors. But now look at the other side. That's where we're headed. A smooth, controlled, super efficient automated system. And listen, this is way more than just an upgrade. It's a total revolution for your back office. So let's just break down that manual grind for a second. First up, you've got that soul-crushing data entry. Ugh. Then there's the painstaking validation, trying to cross-reference all these different documents. And finally, the part everyone loves, the slow, super frustrating process of chasing down approvals, whether that's by email or, literally walking a piece of paper around the office. So what's the real cost of all this manual madness? I'll tell you, it's a lot more than just wasted time. Let's pull back the curtain and look at the hidden risks and all the problems that this, frankly, outdated process is creating for your business. Manual AP is just a minefield of business risks. I mean, delays? They're pretty much inevitable, right? You've got invoices just gathering dust on someone's desk. And costly errors, from simple typos to entering the wrong amount, they're a constant threat. Think about it, a single person goes on vacation, and suddenly you've got a bottleneck that brings the whole operation to a standstill. And the lack of visibility? It's like trying to forecast your cash flow completely blind. Okay, so how do we escape all this chaos? Well, the journey to automation, it starts right at the very beginning, capturing the invoice. But here's the key. Instead of a person sitting there reading and typing, we're going to let technology do the heavy lifting and do it intelligently. The secret sauce here is something called Intelligent Data Capture, or IDP for short. Now think of it like this. OCR, that's kind of like the eyes of the system. It can read the text on an invoice. But AI is the brain. It doesn't just see the numbers, it actually understands what they mean. It knows, okay, this is the invoice issue date and that date is the due date. And that leap from just seeing the data to truly understanding it, that's what unlocks all this powerful automation.
And here's where it gets really cool. The system is like a surgical tool, not a sledgehammer. It doesn't just scrape a big block of text. No, it precisely extracts every single vital piece of information. We're talking vendor name, invoice number, amount, taxes, PO numbers, you name it. And the best part? It all happens in, like, the blink of an eye. No typing needed.
All right, so the data is captured flawlessly. Now the system gets to do the real heavy lifting. This is the core automation engine, matching and handling exceptions.
And this is where the system basically plays detective. It performs what we call a three-way match. So it's comparing the invoice data against the original purchase order and also the goods receipt. The thing that confirms what was actually delivered. It's just checking to make absolutely sure you're paying for exactly what you ordered and exactly what you received.
Okay, this right here, this is the holy grail of AP automation. When everything lines up perfectly, the invoice, the purchase order, the goods receipt, that invoice just sails right through the system, no human touch required at all. That, my friends, is straight-through processing, and it is an absolute game changer for your efficiency. But what happens when things don't line up perfectly? What happens when things go wrong? Well, instead of a full-blown panic, the system acts like a smart traffic cop. It identifies the exact problem, flags it, and routes it directly to the person who can actually fix it. So if there's a price problem, boom, procurement gets the alert. A quantity issue, the warehouse manager's on it. It just transforms all that chaos into a calm, controlled process. Okay, so matching handles the data accuracy. That's great. But what about your business policies? That's where we build in an even stronger layer of automated control, and we do that through approvals and validations.
Yeah, this is all about making sure the right people authorize the right spending. The workflows are built on these digital rules. So an invoice for over, say, $10,000, it automatically routes to a director. A software purchase, it goes straight to the head of IT. Your company's policies get enforced automatically every single time.
And this is your ironclad guarantee. The system is basically your digital gatekeeper. No invoice gets paid, not a single penny, without the proper authorization. It's really the end of rogue spending and the beginning of truly foolproof compliance. So if approvals are there to enforce your business policy, validations are like the system's final quality check.
Before any data hits your accounting books, it runs all these automated checks for technical errors. It's looking for things like duplicate invoices, incorrect tax codes, anything else that could cause headaches down the road. It's your digital safety net.
All right, so the invoice is approved, it's error-free, time to just cut the check and pay it, right? Well, not so fast, because true automation transforms the very act of payment from just a simple task into a really strategic financial move.
See, now the system puts on its strategist hat. It's juggling multiple factors for every single invoice. You've got payment terms, due dates, and of course the golden goose, those early payment discounts. It weighs all of this against your current cash flow to pinpoint the absolute perfect moment to pay each and every bill.
And what's the result of all that strategic thinking? It's beautifully simple. Optimized payment runs. The system literally tells you exactly what to pay and when to pay it, so you get the absolute best financial outcome for your business.
And this creates a really powerful win-win situation. On one hand, your finance team gets total transparency into upcoming payments, which makes cash forecasting a science instead of a guessing game. And at the same time, your suppliers? They get paid faster and way more predictably, and that builds stronger, more reliable partnerships.
So you see, when you connect all of these intelligent steps together, you're not just tweaking a process, you are fundamentally transforming your entire accounts payable function, taking it from a cost center and turning it into a real strategic asset.
So let's just recap that journey real quick. It all starts with intelligent capture. Then it flows into automated matching. It's governed by rule-based approvals, protected by those final validations, and it all culminates in strategic, optimized payments. Every single step is connected, seamless, and smart. And the results? Well, they're about so much more than just speed. You dramatically reduce all that manual effort, which frees up your team to focus on analysis, not just data entry. You strengthen compliance because you've hard-coded your rules right into the system, and you improve accuracy across the board, building a smarter, more resilient financial operation. So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Is your AP process a strategic asset that's driving value and strengthening relationships? Or is it a silent saboteur, just draining your resources and creating a ton of unnecessary risks? Definitely something to think about.